What is up, YouTube? Welcome, welcome, not my Padawans, but welcome to another one, another episode. It is Wednesday, so y'all know what we're talking about. I gave y'all 2 days to catch up. We're talking about episode 4 of The Last of Us. But before we kick things off, y'all know what to do. You gotta hit that like, hit that notification bell for future and upcoming videos, and most of all, subscribe. While we do the intro, just a heads up, spoiler alert. Okay, we're gonna talk about the similarities of the episode. This time I'm a little more prepared. I got a little more stuff to talk about, but in a shorter amount of time because we are prepared and we're not just wandering off into space. So, without further ado, before we go, spoiler alert, let's kick this thing off. Go! Like I said, I have stuff prepared. Last of Us, episode 4, my reaction, my opinion. Now, let's talk about IGN because that's what I have open here on Instagram. But before we get to that, let's bring up my clicker. We received this in the mail, so I told my TikTok viewers this video is gonna go up right after this TikTok about this Funko Pop and unboxing it is gonna go after this video. So you guys are getting them right after the other. So go to that TikTok. It's in the comments. If you have me on TikTok, feel free to go look at the unboxing and my reaction to it. My friends hooked it up. I did not have a clicker. Why? Long story short, when these came out, I had taken a break from collecting. I've been collecting for quite a while now. This one particularly came out. We're looking. That can't be right, but they took them out 2020? No, it doesn't say. Wow. Normally it says it down here. Anyways, when they came out, I have been taking a break from collecting. By the time I came back to collecting, they were nowhere to be found. And there are newer ones with a new GameStop sticker, which I can't find right now, one with, which I do not like the GameStop sticker. The new one, I like the OG one. If you've been collecting for a while, this is the one for you. This is the one that you're used to. I don't know why they changed it, but anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here talking about this right here, The Last of Us, episode 4, TV. So here's TV series versus the game. Before we get to that, IGN gave this a 8 out of 10. Every episode has been a 9 or a 10. I rated it a little higher than IGN on myself. I mean, at the end of the day, it's each of our own, right? Each of our own opinions. So we haven't fall back on track. The only time we got out of track was when we showed this, but we're done with that. It's hidden. So here we go. Last of Us episode 4. They gave it an 8. I gave it a 9. Again, the ones they gave a 9, I gave them a 10. Again, I am going by my likes, by my comparisons to the game, right? Of course, I'm not gonna get everything right, but I just loved reminiscing on the old game. So here we go, right? The scene in the car. The scene in the car, very similar. They didn't change much up on that. Scene in the car again with the magazine, pretty funny scene. Again, guys, if you came and watched the last few videos, I told you I'm probably gonna cry in this, especially because I'm looking at it from a father to a daughter's perspective. I have a daughter myself, a little younger than Ellie, so that relationship that they build is like I can see my daughter and I surviving together or whatever. Uh, this is okay. The sign's knocked down here. Who cares about that? Honestly, we're not comparing that much. Here's a sleep. Then now people are gonna be picky and say, "Oh my God!" In the video game, her mouth is not open like that or whatever. But whatever, I just come on. You gotta love this. Look at that. A little different, but still same concept. You know. And here is where I'm like, yo, flashbacks. Did I live this already? No, I played the video game already. So there you go. They put on the seatbelts. They run. The guy shoots. So this is the only thing. Here you go again. There we go. You guys know what happens here. But this episode was epic. You hear this guy right here say epic. Bella. It was amazing. Again, we didn't get as much as we got in the other episodes. I can see why IGN gave it an 8 out of 10 on this rating. But, man, 8 out of 10 is still good, man. 8 out of 10 is still amazing. We are on here. We're not worried about the GOAT right now. But here's a little scene. I'm not going to play with audio just in case. But Last of Us Episode 4, The Ambush, HBO versus PS5. Here's what I would have liked to see when the guy gets hit by the car. In this one, he just moves out the way. But as y'all can see, they're pretty good, pretty decent. The crash happened a little sooner than the other one, but again, that's people just nitpicking at the thing, right? And then here we go, boom. Here, so speaking of this, and speaking of the show, and speaking of we're gonna talk about the podcast now. Podcast. In the podcast, they talk about why in this one she shoots him in the back, and when in the other one, in the video game, she actually kills the man. So, they brought up a lot of good points, and here's where I've talked about this show that I loved about this show, that it is their consistency of trying to get the audience that is not fans of the game, who have not been able to play hard, did not have the chance because Xbox sucks, and people like Xbox, so, whatever. But let me play y'all a little music to play in the background. But they did so well in the show to get those. My sister's watching it. My little sister's probably going to watch this too, maybe, if she didn't understand something from the show, because she didn't play the game. And that's the thing. She understood everything. We had a talk. Because they made it for people who did not play the game. They don't need to be like, wait, hold up, I'm confused. They did so well. So well. In making it, adding characters. There's characters that you probably like, wait, this character wasn't in the game. I do not recall this character. Like the lady, I keep forgetting her name. It's like not coming to me right now. But there's characters in the game that they were not part of the game, but they fit them in there to fill in gaps that maybe you do not get, like details from the game that, like, to explain it better, you could say, right? So that being said, man, again, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It wasn't the best episode, yet it wasn't a bad one. Even with the IGN 8 out of 10, I'm still really, really great, really great episode. Kept me up, guys. I'm getting old. These come out at 9, and sometimes I can't even watch them till like 11. So, an episode that didn't have much action, aside from that scene, it kept me up. It kept me interested, mainly because I want to just see how good it's going to be compared to the game. Again, I cannot help it but to just compare it. But I'm not gonna fully commit. I know people that are like, when they make Marvel movies, oh, it's nothing like the comic book. They took so many things out in the comic book from the comic book. Of course, you want a 5-6 hour movie? Like no, like yes. Like don't get me wrong, I would. But anyways, I'm not like that. I'm not there nitpicking, but I do like to see that brings back memories. When I was a teenager, when I was playing this game, coming for like in high school, coming home to try to finish the game on the PS3, like I'm loving it. My girlfriend's loving it. My sister's loving it. You guys are loving it. And again, there you go. We're giving it a 9 out of 10. Let's freaking go. Let's get it. YouTube, I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are getting this episode now, Wednesday afternoon. Most likely you're eating, you're having your lunch at work, lunch break, whatever time zone you're at. But again, thank you guys for the subscriptions. Thank you guys for the support. Don't worry. For those who will come here for the Funko stuff, for the music stuff, I'm going to get back on that. I know I've only been dropping a video a week when I said I would drop 2 to 3. Stuff has happened. I have an announcement for you guys in 2 weeks, which I'll be sharing on YouTube as well with you guys. And that is the reason why I have not been streaming. They're great news. So it's not a bad reason as of why I've been away. So it's been good. It's been good. And guys, ladies and gents, y'all have a great night. And I'll catch you guys and girls on that flippity flip.